Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's a coffee and chat. Don't know how long it'll be, might be quite little, but where to start? I don't know what's going on with the colour in this video, but it is what it is today. So let's see. First things first, thank you to everybody who has been in touch and who has helped with words of wisdom and advice and things about how to cope. Nelly died nearly 2 weeks ago, and it's still very raw, but I've had so much support. So many people. For those of you that didn't know this, I put it up in my community tab where I type and send photos rather than videos. And the response on the couple of posts that I put up was phenomenal. And I couldn't get back to them at the time because I was very upset, but whoa, it was amazing. And I have to thank you all for that. So we're in June now. We've My daughters and Jim were obviously devastated with the passing as well. We've not been able to do anything ceremonially for her yet, but that will come. My daughter's got me a lovely candle with her name on it and a little ceramic paw print. So I will do that eventually, but not yet. I didn't want to do this. Excuse me. So anyway, I wanted to tell you things about how she's been back, which is good, but just to let you know, Nelly had occasional fits, occasional fits, and they were quite small, and we were advised that unless they came like every day or bigger, that just to know that she would come out of them, she would be fine, that the medication to stop fits actually would be worse for her kidneys and liver. So, and that was fine. And she had one that was a wee bit more serious a few weeks ago, and then fine. And she went to the groomers, and when we went to pick her up, she was all wrapped in a kind of blanket, and the groomer said that she just had a fit, and it was quite a bad one. And that she was sort of saying, I haven't done anything to her because she was in a fit. So we brought her home, and Nelly being Nelly, sort of perked up, ate her dinner. Meanwhile, we were thinking, this is weird. She's had a fit. Well, we should get her to the vet. And it was getting on at the time. I was still looking at her. She was so fine. She did look a bit worn out, but she jumped up, and Nelly always lies across my lap, but she put her head on my chest and looked up and just looked at me, and it was amazing. But she looked so tired, and then she went right into another massive fit. So we rushed her to the vet. By the time I got to the vet, they gave her diazepam and stuff, but the damage had been done, and she had she was near death. So she died at the vet, but she died in her arms. And to be honest, because it was quite severe, we let the vet help her through it, because the seizures weren't stopping at all. So that was 2 weeks ago. It's broken hearted. She was my wee girl, my wee friend. And I've got Benji, and that's the thing. You'll have heard me say that I was worried about Benji because he's 14 this year, and he's a wee old man. He can't see very well. We didn't know his hearing was so bad until we realised that after Nelly went, that he wasn't hearing anything really. She was his eyes and his ears, and he covered it quite well because the minute she started barking, he did too. But he was just following what he saw her do. So he's a poor wee soul. But we thought we might lose him this year. And we were getting ourselves ready for that, although I don't think it can be. But with Nelly, she was going to be 10 soon, but it was bright as a button, just very, very sort of almost nervy, and you know, a wee dog that always was jumping after birds and stuff like that. So that came as a complete surprise. I had felt quite low a few days before it. It felt quite heavy and intense. But I thought it was something that was going on in the world and not something that was going to be personal. But I'm glad I didn't see it in advance. I don't think things that can't be changed like that are quite good to know in advance, so I was glad I didn't. I had a feeling, but I couldn't pin it down. So anyway, the vets had been amazing. They sent us a beautiful card, which again I put up in the community tab, and it said on the loss of your dogs, and they'd forget me not seeds them, and we're talking about Nelly. And obviously that was more tears or whatever. And a few days after that, we got a bouquet of flowers from them. They're actually through the kitchen because they're just absolutely beautiful. I should have brought them through. But so the vets have been amazing. In saying that, I was distraught in the vets. So that wasn't good. However, as I put in the community thing a few, maybe about a week ago or a few days ago, I have lost track of time. I get a lot of visitations at night, and it's hard to explain, but they're not when my eyes are closed. If I've got my eyes closed but I'm not sleeping, I can sense something in the room. But the minute I open my eyes, I see it as though it's not like a third eye projection. It's like it's like this plus this. It's really weird, but it's always the way I've seen spirits. So there was a woman sitting on the bed beside me looking at me. And she had a pink jacket on, blonde hair, big glasses, and it was almost as though, oh, she's sort of, I've got your attention. And when I looked at her, so you've got my attention, she went away and Nelly was sitting behind her. Like, you know, the way they pause out, and she just looked at me and I thought, oh, wonderful. She looked the way she looked when she actually was a show dog. She was perfect. And, you know, Nelly's name, she wasn't a show dog when we got her, and she wasn't a show dog when the person that we got her from had her. But she was called Pufflepaws Chanelli number 5. And that's the epitome of Nelly. She was such a little sort of girly girl and affectionate thing. And so anyway, that's the way she looked, and I just got this feeling of calm from her, which was amazing. Another night, I felt, she always lay on my feet, and I felt a tap on my shoulder. Look, head, look. So thinking, because Nelly was on my mind, I looked at my feet and there was nothing there. And then when I turned to look, there was nothing behind me, and I thought if I'd have just looked where I'd been tapped, but there you go. But a couple of nights ago, Benji normally lies at my tummy, but he was stretched out facing the bottom of the bed. Now, Benji hasn't barked since Nelly really has been away. If he has, it's been after the event when Jim and I have maybe been talking to the postman or whatever, and he's come out and seen what's happening. But normally at night he has his wee dream things, but he's a quiet dog. So he was facing the bottom of the bed, and I sort of half asleep, and then sort of could hear something weird. I didn't have my hearing devices, so that's a bit confusing. But I had felt that Nelly was on the floor in front of the bed. And Benji was stretched out looking over it, and he was just going woof, 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 woof. It wasn't a bark, it was literally like a woof conversation. And I couldn't stop laughing because I just knew that he was talking to Nelly, and she was like, okay. And then I panicked, is she going to go over as well? But yeah, a few nights ago, Benji had his wee conversation. Yeah, it was wonderful. So yeah, this is us now. We're into June. I think there's a video that I did beforehand going up on Saturday or Sunday that you might like about self-care for empaths. And then I'll be back at work writing the book, and also hopefully doing more videos for you. I'm just going to do what I feel when I like, because Nelly's passing has been a big lesson in that, you know, we were worried about, you know, we were thinking ahead about Benji, and then in the middle of that we got just splatted with Nelly going. Yeah, I'm going to live each day as it comes and as I want to. And yes, I have to work. I mean, I have to pay the bills, but I'm in the good position where if I want to write, then I'll write and try and get this book out this year. And if I want to, you know, maybe have a YouTube video and even some sponsorship or something just to keep things ticking along, then I'll do that. So thank you for being there and being supportive. I've passed on all the good wishes to Jim and the girls, and I can't thank you enough. You're really such a wonderful community. And it's not even the people that have been here for 6 years now. There's new people that just got what I was going through, and how attached you can literally be to an animal. I have no doubt that Nelly is part of my soul tribe, and I will see her again, not just in spirit, but also in another life. So I have no doubt about that. But it's so she died the night before my birthday, so I couldn't open presents or anything, and I asked people not to come. I didn't want to see anyone. So I don't feel 61 yet because I didn't mark it, and maybe that's just as well. So yeah, I did open my presents, so I got this lovely leaf necklace from Jim and the earrings to match. I love them so much, and a few other things, and some books, of course, always books. So the last few weeks have been kind of all about Nelly. There's been other nice things that have happened in the background, some good news for some of my daughters, both of my daughters actually. Yeah, but the focus has been trying to get through the day. The first week I just cried constantly. This last week, when I'm thinking of her, I'm crying, but other times I'm thinking of her, I'm having a laugh at the memories. So I need to read my own book on grief, I think. There's a pet section in Dying to Live that I I need to read, but I just haven't been able to yet. So yeah, I continue hopefully to heal and be able to think of her. But it's a big loss. But I would not have been without her. If you understand that, you'll know that these last 5-6 years with her have been the best. And although it's sore, I wouldn't be without her. So thank you, thank you, thank you again for your support. Thank you for the kind words. And I'll see you soon with some more videos. But thank you again. Please be okay. Please look after yourselves and give your pets an extra cuddle from me. Any blessings now.